There are just too many people that get it wrong. What is a DJ? What is a producer? What is in between those two? And the problem that all of this is causing, and people that are taking advantage of the situation. All of this coming up in this video. Hey guys, welcome to the vlog. Back in the studio, feeling quite alright, still slightly having a cold. Due to me not being here for a couple of days, there are so many things that piled up, and I finally want to go back into making music and be concentrated. And as much fun as it is making these vlogs, it sometimes distracts me from making music. So instead of doing a vlog showing you everything that I do, I will just stick to a topic that a lot of people get wrong and that really upsets me and causes a lot of problems in the music scene, and that is the difference between a DJ and a producer. Too many mix it up, so let's clarify it, starting with what is actually a DJ. So first up, a DJ is actually someone that plays music, is playing music in front of people, to a crowd that should dance to that music. You could also be a DJ in a store just to have some background music, which is probably the most frustrating job for a DJ ever, because without a crowd, no fun. The tools of a DJ are actually pretty simple. I used to start with it, the most classic way to start as a DJ, with the good old vinyl. You have one record player, usually another record player, a mixer in between. You match those two records, mix in between of them, and this way you get a smooth transition between songs, so that it's not like starting a song, stopping a song, starting a song. And that's really bad DJing, because the people are always interrupted from dancing. Of course, all of this isn't really used nowadays. The main reason is these records are just too heavy. There is no way, if you're an international DJ, to travel around with records. There are maybe just a handful of people still doing it, and I have huge respect for them. But most DJs nowadays, they don't even use CDs anymore. It's all, yeah, just USB sticks. On this stick I can put like 16 gigabytes of music, and that's all I need to DJ. And of course, headphones. Not these are actually for the studio. My DJ headphones are always at home, because when I come back from a wild DJ gig, there are only two things I do: eating some Burger King, yeah, nutritious, healthy as always, and getting as fast as possible back home and sleeping. And to be a good DJ, you have to have the following skills. You need to know your music. You need to be able and learn over the years to read a crowd. You need to know when to play what. You can't play the biggest banger right at the beginning. People will just look weird at you. Yeah, a good sense for music. Not necessarily playing an instrument, not at all. You don't have to be really musical, but interested in music and just knowing what is good music and which music works. And once you become a bigger DJ, it gets actually easier, because people book you for your music and your style. You should definitely have a style and not play everything. If you play everything, you will end up a wedding DJ for the rest of your life, which isn't actually that bad, because it makes you the most amount of cash and the least amount of trouble. And the biggest thing about being a DJ is, yeah, getting in contact with the right people locally to play at local clubs, do a great job, then play in a bigger area, and this way just spread your name, make sure people know that you're a good DJ, that your name gets onto the flyer and everyone knows that you're actually DJing that night. Bring your friends in, because club owners like to see that you bring a lot of people to the club, because they pay you to also not only play music, also to make the club full. And once you get to that stage where you're the person that makes the club full, you will earn a lot of money. People will book you a lot, because people book DJs to fill up their clubs. At least if you exceed like the 500 euros per night price point. Above that, you need to draw a crowd. With drawing a crowd, we actually already get to the point of what is a producer doing and why is DJing and producing so mixed up in the past 10-15 years. The simple thing is, if you produce music, have a huge hit, everyone knows you and everyone wants you to perform, but a producer can't perform. You can't recreate fully a song that you made in the studio. Doing live jams and making music on the fly doesn't work for a lot of styles. If you make weird twisted techno, that definitely works and is really great and I enjoy it, but for vocal based music it's almost impossible. You always have to have a singer with you. A lot of producers just started DJing to be in front of a crowd and also gain that money from performing. And I personally think, and if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments, I think it all had to do with downloads and like illegal downloads. This entire phase for 10 years where everyone was not paying for music, the performers, the people singing the songs, the Lady Gagas and Taylor Swifts, they were still touring, making money without a problem. But the people that relied on the sales of the music, the people that made the music, that wrote the lyrics, that wrote the chords, the melodies, and actually produced the song and made it in the studio and put it together, they were left out. So a lot of producers starting their own career and becoming a DJ producer, where you have actually the name of the producer in the title of the songs. So it's not anymore Justin Bieber, his new song. It's Justin Bieber, David Guetta, their new song. So the producer, and yes, I know with David Guetta, we have to be really careful calling him a producer. A lot of people say he doesn't produce at all. Some say a little bit, some say over the years he learned it. I don't want to get into that kind of discussion, but just take it as an example. So it's Justin Bieber and David Guetta, the singer, performer, and the actual producer, DJ, that are part of this song. In reality, there are 20 other people involved in making this song. If you just look it up on Wikipedia, in the credits, there are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people officially stated that worked on the song. From programming the talkbox stuff to the vocoder stuff, there are specialized persons just for that. Engineers, producers, mixers, songwriters, and all of those people involved just making the song. And then there are probably 100 more people taking care of promoting the song. This entire situation actually causes a lot of problems, but before I get into the problems that I see with this entire system, let's go to the definition actually of a producer. I completely forgot that and skipped this part. So actually really quick, as a producer, you make music, you write music, you produce music, you mix music, you can be part of all of these tasks, overlooking them. Like a director of a movie, you could just guide it and tell every single person in that project what to do. That's also how film music is made a lot of times. You have one guy like Hans Zimmer overwatching the entire project and a lot of people doing what he's telling them to do. Or like me, just do almost everything yourself except for singing, because I just can't sing, unfortunately. At the end, your main task is making that song, making it a reality, getting it from an idea to a finished product. Everything in between is your task. If you do it yourself or let someone else do it, doesn't really matter as long as you guide those people and they take care making what you have in mind. And that's just as an example, a role where I see David Guetta, for example, in. He's not the guy playing the keys, he's not the guy singing or writing the song. He's more the guy that sits there and guides the people to just do whatever he thinks is really hip at the moment. And I have to give it to him. For the past 20 years, he was always right, spot on, did really smart moves, collaborated with the right people. And when it comes to the equipment, you see here my setup. I have here my keyboard, my sound card, my big screen, and actually all of my music is just made from this laptop. Everything is on here. All of my plugins, all of my music making software, everything works from this laptop. That's how most people produce nowadays, especially the younger people that started maybe in the last 10-15 years. They actually usually don't have any equipment in their studio, just the computer, speakers, and you're good to go if you want to start making electronic music. That's all you need, plus years of learning and skill, and yeah, but the basic equipment, really easy to afford. But let's actually now get to the problems that I see with this happening, that the producer is put on the record, which isn't bad. I actually like that the producer is acknowledged and that his name is also there. But in the past 2 or 3 years, I see it more and more that actually people that don't produce and are not DJs, they have not really a relationship with music. They just maybe have money or just have a good business plan. They pay other people to make music. That's what I did for 2 years. I made music for other people that paid me to make music for them. There was this one case, a guy, he wasn't a DJ, he didn't produce music, he didn't play records, he didn't DJ in front of people, nothing like that. It was just a guy with a business idea. He approached me. He wanted me to make him music and he put his name on it. I did that because it was my job and I needed the money. I always wanted to make music full time. I actually hate to produce for other people, but that was my only option to actually sustain a living making music. I now stopped like 2 years ago. But the song that I made for him, it was an underground techno deep house song, and it got actually pretty big on the Beatport charts, and he is now touring from this one song and 3 follow-up songs, and is actually making a decent amount of money. But in my opinion, he's the worst DJ ever. He has no sense for DJing or anything. Still gets booked because those tracks were actually quite big, at least for this kind of scene. He made smart moves, a lot of social media promotion, he paid the right people, got in contact with the right people, and now he got signed to Sony, has another ghost producer, actually 2, and is now collaborating with huge singer and songwriters, and they put their name on there as well. So it's a big marketing scam actually. You just put the biggest names you have available onto the track and make the most money as possible, and everyone involved gets paid. And also for ghost producer, this has advantages because he gets actually paid more for being the ghost producer and producing for such a big name, because that big name has just way more fans, way more promotional power, and the song gets sold a lot more times. And what's really unfair about this system, and it's getting really more and more every year, the more DJing, producing and making music this way gets hyped, the more people actually do this business kind of approach into music. I'm not a big fan of it. The main problem it's causing is, first, you kind of scam the fans. A lot of 14 years old girls, they think if Justin Bieber is on that cover that he wrote the lyrics and he's speaking to them, which isn't the case. And a lot of talented people, really a lot of young talented people, get left out because they don't have the promotional power. They actually make good music, sometimes even better music than some of those big superstars, but they kind of get left out because it's all blocked with those people that are extremely good, making business, having connections, collaborating, and investing their money wisely. I don't really know how this video turned from the difference between a DJ and a producer to me complaining about the situation. I'm not jealous, I'm not mad at the system, it's just the way it is. You just have to play by the rules of this game. As I always say, it's about the entire package. As a DJ and producer, you need the performance to make that money and establish your name. You need the productions to get your name initially out there and write huge hits to get the bookings. And then there's this entire promotion business kind of stuff that I explain on my channel a lot that actually helps you to get there. It's really important, don't underestimate it. It's about this entire package. A producer, a DJ also needs to take care of the promotion and getting his or her name out there. So if you want to be successful, play the huge festivals, just do whatever is necessary to do it. If you need to spend half of your day on Instagram or YouTube or promoting or getting in contact with the right people and actually not making music, then go for it. That's the way to do it. I personally spend maybe, I'd say like 60% of my time, maybe 50% of my time making music, and the rest of the time is actually taking care of all of those things to actually advance. And I don't like doing this 50%, but I still have to do it. It's part of this entire package. You just have to deliver it. No one cares if you're the best music producer, as long as people don't know that you exist. It doesn't really matter. Anyways, that's it for today. I will now just go back to making music. I really can't wait. I haven't produced in such a long time. I just love making music. I just love playing that music that I made in front of people. That's what I love the most about being a DJ and producer, that you're part of the creating and also part of the playing it to people and see how they enjoy it. It's really just the best feeling in the world, and that's what actually got me here, making music and playing music. Also, don't forget, let me know what you think about this topic. Are you a DJ? Are you a producer? What do you think of other DJs and producers? Should a DJ be a producer a DJ? Everything in the comments.